Yo, what is going on, people? Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is quick. I'm hyped up off of pre-workout, ready to do this workout this morning. But I did I guess on IG I put up a picture. It's not I guess I did. I put up a more recent picture, maybe a couple pictures of Mandela, and people have been blowing up my inbox about it. I tell you what happened, and this is the truth. I mean, everybody messes up. What's going on, Southside? Bigger built bullies. Uh, I had some bad medicine that actually did not allow him. I mean, actually, he had a bad case of tapeworms, and we were deworming. He got dewormed regularly, but you know what I mean. It's man, I don't have time to tape a bunch of dogs. I try to get some of them on there or whatever. And if you want to see most of my dogs, most of them are all on the Hall of Fame page. But I do need to take some new pictures. But yeah, that's my problem. Time is everything. Like shit, people complain about Mandela and me not taking pictures of him. I finally got some pictures of him the other day. But I'm gonna start trying to get some more video of the dogs and stuff like that. We building a new setup now, so it should be done in 2 weeks. Then some of the more of the dogs will be around, and I can get them all at the same place and take some video. Trust me, when it comes to video of the dogs, I ain't scared now. Got some little hogs running around here, but I tell you what, you know, the thing with Mandela, the thing with Mandela was this. He had tapeworms. It's amazing to think about this, and I'm just making this video because, you know, well, for two reasons. People keep asking, you know, about is he still on a deal or whatever. There is whatchamacallit, there is $1,000 spot to him and possibly a 500 and a puppy back. I have to talk to the guy to see if he wants to resell it or whatever. But you know, I don't know. Like somebody asked me about visits. I don't do too many people coming to my house. You know, that's why I might have to do videos. Like if you coming to get a puppy or something like that, then of course you have to. But you know, we sort of old school where we keep the yard locked down a little bit for good reasons. For those who don't know, we had dogs killed back in the days, and now, you know, we have a South African Boer out here and a couple very big Dobermans that are running around looking to bite the hell out of everybody. This property, the whole property is fenced in, so it's like. But you know, I definitely will get video and stuff like that. And at some of these shows, I'll be bringing the dogs out more and more for people can see them. It's just sort of rough for me just with timing and everything like that. So that's one of the reasons why I don't have a lot of people by the house, because I'm always here, there, everywhere. But some of the barbecues, I'll bring the yard out. I won't bring out. That's what I do. I'll bring like 7 or 8 of my dogs out for a show or whatever. I'm about to buy a truck and a trailer, so that'll make it a lot easier. But I'll start bringing them out so y'all can see them. I'm not trying to hide them. But yeah, it's rough for us, man. With, you know, we didn't have people try. Well, like I said, one of our main studs, De Niro, was killed back in the day. And then I know friends of mine who've had people, you know, once they give up their location a lot, people was trying to break in. Paco was actually poisoned. That's what led to Paco's death. You know, it's been several dogs that have met the fate of poisoning and different things. So we sort of keep the yard tight, man. Yeah, that's it, Teresa. Not everybody, and it's nothing against anybody personally, but we've seen the attacks. That's why I have, you know, 140-pound Dobermans running around. That's their only. Don't get me wrong, I like my dogs, but that's their only intention is to. I mean, that's what they're there for, to bite the shit out of anybody who comes and give me time to get to them things. Cause it's scary with the way people are nowadays, man. You know, after when De Niro got killed, we actually had 5 or 6 dogs that got killed through poisoning for no reason, just, you know, jealousy and hate. And that was see what I mean? I hear more and more of this where people, one of my judges and good friend Belinda, basically family, she just had a dog poisoned. I don't understand it, you know. I don't understand that kind of hate, you know. I don't understand the hate of the world, period, you know. But it's it is what it is, you know. But you know, going back to Mandela and what happened with him, Actually, I had some deworming medicine. I won't name the brand, so I'm not slandering them or anything. But I guess I just had a bad batch. It didn't work at all on him. And one day we were out there, and he took a dump, and I'm like, what the hell? And there's all kind of worms in this stuff. And I had just gave him, like, you know, every 30 days I do it like that. I'm like, this is not good. So come to find out, once my vet did the thing, we never do fecals because they stay on dewormer all the time. Well, come to find out, Denzel had it too. You know what I mean? And the medicine just wasn't working on the tapes. Everything else was clear, but the tapeworms wasn't doing it. Well, you know, come to find out, they both probably have had it for over a year, which is ridiculous. And the crazy, what's going on, Brandon? The craziest part about it is Mandela has maintained a weight that borders right around 100 pounds at all times. He's been heavier. Well, why in the newer pictures that people see, like he looks like he's getting bigger? That's the reason why when everyone sees him, he's a lot bigger now. The dude had, you know, it was infested with tapeworms, you know, and that's unfortunate. But you know, I'm basically doing everything on him now, you know, and he is muscling up big time. You know, he got on the scale and he's back up to well over 100 pounds. He put that on very fast, you know, but you can tell everything about him is different. His skin is different, everything. It's sort of weird, but I try to be honest, you know, on videos, and I try to be honest with y'all. I'm not gonna give y'all information and then act like I don't make mistakes or shit don't happen in my yard. So I think, you know what, the reason why I'm making this video is, if you see anything that's off with your dog, like he's starting to lose weight for some kind of reason or whatever, you know, a lot of vets do you know, blood panels, and you know, and I guess it's good to do an annual fecal and check that out too, because I can tell you, I'm happy. I'm super happy. This dude is looking incredible now. He's looking like a totally, you know, people seen him and was impressed with him. But when I tell y'all, when we come back out here next month and we start going, he's a totally different animal now. His muscle, his shoulders is back full. His neck is big. You know what I mean? He's a lot fuller. He's looking like a grizzly bear running around there. And he's out running around the whole time. What's going on, Red Dog? So it's a good thing for y'all to keep up on this, because, you know, the companies and the labs aren't perfect either. I don't think anything was done intentionally, of course, but sometimes certain medications don't work. I had a situation, you know, back in the day where the dogs were on heartworm medication, and they were religiously on heartworm medication the whole time, and one of them came up with heartworms, amazingly enough. And this was about maybe 7 years ago, but they was on like religiously heartworm medicine. You know, she would go and pick it up from the vet, pop it in his mouth the whole time. You know what I mean? If you saw blood in the stool, that could very easily be hookworms. You know, hookworms definitely put blood in the stool. If you're feeding raw, sometimes the bone will scrape the intestine if you're feeding bones. But you know, it's just something to stay up on, you know, to make sure your dog is getting all his nutrition. And then, of course, parasites cause, you know, internal infections and all kind of nonsense. So I encourage everybody, even if you do have the medications, you know, take it from me. On a couple different occasions now, they've been on medications and it didn't follow through, you know. So that is it, you know. I think later on, I keep seeing y'all ask about, you know, the poisoning of innocent dogs. I'll give y'all a long list. I'll tell y'all a long list about what has happened and why a lot of people in this bully world are very, very skeptical. I know y'all might think that some people are assholes if you're new to this thing. And you're like, oh, you know, your dogs. And, you know, I remember it was a campaign, show your yard, show your yard. And a lot of people won't show their yards, and a lot of people won't even give you their address or anything because of the history, especially within this breed. You know, it's a long history within this breed of people trying to do things to people's dogs. I mean, a long history of it, and it's pretty interesting history too. You know, some fingers can be pointed and different things like that. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna tell y'all what the real is on it. You know what I mean? But it's been some very, very vicious things done, you know, to these dogs in this community. And maybe, yeah, I'll go live about that later and we talk about that for a minute. But you know, I'm happy to say that my dogs are doing great. They're looking better than they ever have. Denzel actually has I put up a picture of the old man and people are like, oh, he's looking good. Denzel looks better now than he has probably in the last 3 years. You know, he really, hey man, I'm with the Pats on this Super Bowl, man. You know what I mean? What's going on, Mike? You know, I'm with the Pats on the Super Bowl. Like I say, you know, guy I went to high school with, Josh McDaniels, is the offensive coordinator. Well, I actually played with him, so it's I'm definitely rooting for the Patriots this weekend. So all you Ram fans, y'all can be mad at me, but I gotta go with the goat, man. I gotta go with the goat. I gotta go with the goat, man. I don't understand how people is arguing that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. That's not even an argument anymore. I'm a Browns fan through and through, and I don't have a lot invested in the Patriots. But I tell you one thing, I know the common sense part of it. The man got a million Super Bowls. At 40 years old, they said he had a down year. I looked at his stats and he threw for like 4,400 yards and like 27 or 28 touchdowns. I'm like, that's a down year, man. Damn, man is the GOAT. But yeah, for those who are still trying to get with, man, I'm gonna tell you, it's on y'all, man. I talked to a few people, and some things are gonna be changing with me and deals and all this shit. I got to get back to it the way I used to do it, which is still not price gouging people, but I got to charge, man. I can't keep giving everything away and doing these deals. It's really pretty much a lot of shit is coming out of my pocket now, but you know what I mean? Well, I gotta make sure that I get myself together with the Philippines. I even gotta get a couple of dogs out to the Philippines. Everything these last couple of years have been stressful and hard to work with. Now it's finally coming to where I need it to be. But we will be out there. We'll be out there this year, I can tell you that much. I'm gonna be on live with Jamaica later today. That tell you about how my schedule is. I'm working out here. I got a live with Jamaica. I got a meeting with a food distributor, well, not the food distributor, but a food company exec here to try to do some more sponsorship. I got about 27 calls to make today to different venues to try to lock up these shows and to a couple show hosts. This is my day on the regular now. It's fun, though. It's exciting because now it's starting to move. I don't know if y'all have ever been working on something and it just seemed like no matter how much work you do, you're still in the same place. Well, now I'm starting to see movement, so it's exciting. You know what I mean? Whoo, man. Why don't you, man, hit me up, TBKC Dogs or 727-744-0963. I just got to find a couple people who willing to throw shows in Cali. It's hard for me to go and do whatever I got to do. Jamaica, that's going to be my man Peter. He doing that. I would not lie to you and tell you I know the areas of Jamaica, but I'll be there. Peter is going to set up everything. If you're on Facebook, it's TBKC Jamaica. We'll be live talking about it. We're actually starting some things where I got some good breeders who are going to import some dogs into Jamaica to try to make the blood of quality show dogs better there and not so much the exotic look, which we totally disagree with as far as, the look and health. So, it's a lot of moves being made, and honestly, I can be honest with you, I just took on too much over the last year. This shit was breaking me down, man. It was breaking me down. My health was starting to go. Everything was starting to go over the last year. Yeah, you can't tell it, but I done went gray like a... My grandma was like, what in the hell? They're killing you. But I feel good, man. I got a great group of people behind me who stepped up lately to make sure that this thing is going to work. So what's going on, Pete? I'm coming over. We finally getting this thing done, man. That's my guy right there, Peter. So we got, we gonna get it moving. Anything great's gonna take some time, man. What do I think about Simba? I love Simba from the pictures that I've seen. I tell you, I love that blood, period. That's why I'm gonna work my ass off to incorporate it as much as I can over the next 18 months. I think the Excalibur Easy Rider blood over there, it's just great blood, man. Oscar has done a great job over there. Oscar Gomez at Blue Pride, for y'all that don't know, he's one of the only people I know that has DNA testing for like 7 or 8 generations now. So, his stuff is legit, and I think that that's almost a blueprint on how we should do in the American bully community is, if a guy can show you what's going on, JC, it's, I think that this is the future of the breed. A lot of what Oscar is doing is the future of the breed. And to be honest, I'm trying to catch up with Oscar on some of the things that he has been doing over there. It's a blueprint to make a successful breed when you're willing to go ahead and DNA test and stay in your lane and consistently do it. You know what I mean? It's great, it's great. Oh man, I just got me a new camera, so that's why I told you I'm gonna get better shots, start getting better the shots of the dogs, and do some videotaping. Hopefully my laptop come in and I can do some video editing, so it's not just like some long bunch of choppy stuff. I can take the good parts of the video and show you. You know, I'm missing some of these messages. They going by fast, but I tell you what, like I said, I'm gonna come back on later and we're gonna talk about these dogs getting poisoned. It's probably something y'all don't want to miss. It's ugly, you know, but it'll explain, if you're newer to this culture, it'll explain why some people act like they do about their yards, about their locations. They're not being stuck up. A lot of people are flat out scared, you know. My partner, you know, I can honestly say, and I feel horrible about it, but my partner, honestly, you know what I mean? You know, those dogs getting poisoned at his house really sort of ruined his life for a good while. You know what I mean? A good while. It caused an amazing stress on his family situation. I mean, it was terrible. You know, and I've heard it from other people. You know, to hear people's wives calling them crying like crazy because somebody. You know what I mean? Damn, Keith, that's what I mean. This is crazy. I mean, you keep hearing people who just do, I mean, I guess it's not surprising that when you have people who just do senseless hate crimes against people, that they'll do it the same thing, you know what I mean? Poisoning people's dogs. The shit is, it's disgusting, man. I don't even understand how these people can live with themselves, and you know, and like most cowards, they hide under the veil of anonymity, so no one can actually deal with them. You know, even when you think you know who it is, you really don't know who it is. It's just these people. See that kind of shit, man. Just putting antifreeze and come on, man. You know, I think them people for real, I honestly think that people who treat animals that way should be prosecuted just like they killed the human being. There's no need for you to do stupid shit like that, poisoning and antifreeze and cutting dogs' heads off and all that shit. Your ass should go to jail for 10 to 15 years like you killed a human. What are you doing this for? It's just stupid, you know? It's just stupid. You should be prosecuted damn near on the same level. If you go out and you do on that level, I could understand certain shit happens and all that, but I'm talking about if you intentionally just premeditated went out to poison or kill an animal like that for no reason, your ass should do about 10 to 15, just like you killed a person. It's just stupid. You know what I mean? It's just, these people are stupid as hell, you know? You know, it's amazing, man. I can't. We gonna get on it later on, man. I ain't gonna bust up my mood. I was very, very happy this morning, but thinking about that is, you know, it's crazy, man. Well, you know, we gonna make it happen, man. China, I'm getting there. You know, I just seen China at the end. I don't know the question, but with China, we're gonna get there. We're gonna be at all these places, but like I tell y'all, you know what I mean. Hey. Do your due diligence on your dog. Keep on checking up for these parasites and different things, because what I was told, you know, actually is that a lot of the parasites in certain areas are starting to adapt to the medicines that we are using. You know what I mean? Yeah, Peter, me too. It motivates me too. And they're adapting to these medications, and that's why some of the medications isn't working. I don't know if y'all heard, but it's different strands of parvo now that are developing, because a lot of people have, you know what I mean, the for sure positive vibes. You know, they're adapting to it. And as a community, especially a community where our dogs have a lot of very close lineage, so their immune systems are already compromised, we need to do our due diligence to make sure that our dogs are getting the best proper care as far as keeping their immune systems up. You know what I mean? Peter, that's why they always do it. They don't want to compete. And when y'all hear this later on, y'all know what I'm talking about, and I'll draw some lines for y'all. But you know, the best, I'm gonna tell you, immune system booster, the best immune system booster that I have used is colostrum. I get pills. You know what I mean? I get pills. I have a product that I'll be bringing out that's all immune system and fertility health and stuff like that that'll be coming out shortly. But colostrum, right now, you can go on vitaminshop.com. I'm going to shoot them a plug. You can get a bottle, I think it's 240 pills of colostrum. And you can pop them open now. If you can, you know, you sprinkle a little bit on top of their kibble if you got a dog that, you know, eats his whole bowl, or give them a small bowl and, you know, and let them make sure they get the colostrum out first. But either way you do it, you know, me, I'm old school. I just go ahead and stuff it down their throat every morning. But colostrum, I've seen it change dogs totally. I've seen my dogs that had skin issues, bam, colostrum. What colostrum does, y'all know that's what the puppies are getting the first couple days off of the mom to boost the immune system. It suppresses a lot of reactions to certain things, and it really, really boosts the immune system. Denzel had a lower immune system to where I did a blood panel about a year and a half ago, and they noticed that certain little bacteria and stuff was living in him. I started giving him colostrum every day. The last blood panel, he came up totally clean. Now, he did recently get a stupid ass infection from a cut, but that healed up too. But I'm telling you, natural stuff works. Natural stuff. You know, colostrum is colostrum. I give them people colostrum, and it works. I had a dog that damn near went bald from allergies. I started giving him 2 of those pills a day. Bam. Bam. Hair grew back, eyes cleared up, everything. I'm a big stickler. Miss Marlene that be on the radio show, she'll tell you colostrum is one of her go-tos. Clears up. You know, bulldogs tend to get more and more allergies than a lot of other dogs. Bam, clears them up, keeps them all the way going. You know what I mean? Colostrum is great. Like I said, Vitamin Shop. Now, there are places that sell colostrum powder for the foods and different things like that, so you can check that out. But I'm telling you, I just go straight old school. That stuff costs me, I think, $35 for 240 pills. Your dog only need really 1 pill a day. If they got a condition that you're trying to get them to fight off right now, bam, you know what I mean? Give them 2. But on a daily maintenance, I even take it. For those, y'all see me squinting sometime on these videos, I got horrible allergies. I'm allergic to damn near everything. It just affects me. As long as I stay on colostrum, this is the truth, y'all. I went from taking, not Zyrtec, but anyway, y'all know I forget the brand that I was taking there. That's a good thing, because I was hooked. But I would have to take, you know, those allergy pills, the kind that you got to show your ID for, the good shit. You know what I mean? I would take those twice a day. I would take 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening just to get by without my eyes scratching and stuff. Yeah, I've been on Allegra too, without my eyes scratching, without my nose being all messed up, without the headaches and all of that. Oh yeah, I put the raw honey in my grits every morning. Just had me some this morning. Yeah, you know, when you do the raw honey now, you got to get it from your local. Y'all remember that. If you putting the honey in your stuff, you got to get it local, because the bees is, you know what I mean, they putting together the system for a local thing. You can't import your honey, you know what I mean, because it's ineffective. You ain't getting the local thing. But yeah, I put honey. I cut sugar all the way out of my diet, you know what I mean. Now we talking about some other stuff, but yeah, I even cut sugar all the way out of my diet, and I feel better, you know what I mean? I'm eating a lot more green, you know, more greens. I keep on eating my spinach and my kale. I don't eat any sugars anymore at all, and I'm feeling a lot healthier. You know, I got some health issues as far as my hormones. It's just all over the place. Some days I feel like shit. But by taking my, you know what I'm saying, by oh no, Mike. I don't think colostrum ain't gonna help Khan in his yard. But you know, I've been going all natural. I've been following a lot of what Dr. Sebi. If y'all ain't checked out Dr. Sebi, that's the man. He didn't cure all kind of illnesses that they said couldn't be cured. American Bully Mini, what's going on? You know, that guy is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Change your diet. You know, it's spelled S-E-B-I. You know, they killed him. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. They killed that man. That man went to the Supreme Court and won the case that he cured AIDS with all natural foods and herbs. He cured herpes. He cured cancer just with these things. It's documented. Won in the United States Supreme Court against the billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies. And one thing for sure is that man got arrested under some weird circumstances and died in a prison with and $30,000+ that he had on him came up missing, and this all happened within days. That's what happened when you start doing your research. You know what I mean? These pharmaceutical companies, just like I tell y'all this before I get off of here, this is the reason, like with steroids and stuff. Now, of course, you can abuse steroids, but if you got an older person, right, and they break their hip, the pharmaceutical companies want you to give them opioids, which we have an opioid epidemic in the United States right now. They want you to give them opioids left and right, when most doctors know for sure that in any kind of situation where the bone is broken and all that, you could up the hormone levels, like growth hormone, and the bones and stuff heal, and they don't need to be on the drugs. But they make the hormone replacement seem like it's the devil, and they would rather keep them on opioids, which do nothing but take away the pain. They never fix the problem. They just want to get you hooked on these drugs, because a cure don't bring in as much. Exactly, Chris. It don't bring in money. A cure don't bring in money, but to keep you out there, that brings in that dollar. I'm telling y'all this, man. If you a lot, you know what I mean? And you know, Falcon, a lot of people have, for real. You know what I mean? Them opioids, that's their way, man. Right now, they making billions of dollars over there, man. Right now, they got a major lawsuit going against them, the same dude who hit big tobacco, you know, because they flooding the markets. You know what I mean? I'm from Ohio, and I seen it. Ohio is one of the worst states where they flooding it. There's so much opioids going into Ohio from a pharmaceutical standpoint. They said that's enough to cure a whole country. I mean, to treat a whole country. And he got that going into one state, and they pumping it in there. They want to make this country full of drug addicts, man. You know, they don't want us to eat good foods. That's why, if you notice, you try to eat healthier, man, they'll price that shit up high. You can get some BS food for 10 cents. You know what I mean? You try to get you a pack of walnuts, and that shit is $2. You know what I mean? This is how they doing now, you know? Because sugar companies, you know, sugar companies are big lobbyists. They paying for votes, just like the tobacco companies. The same reason why they don't, and I've never smoked marijuana a day in my life, but I believe in the powers of marijuana to heal certain illnesses and to, you know, to relax pains and different things. But the reason why marijuana gets such a hard fight is it isn't because of the people. People are not against marijuana. Those companies are. Because if marijuana is legalized, it cut out a whole lot of medications that they taxing us for. You know what I mean? It's a lot. You know, I encourage all y'all to do y'all studies on a lot of this. You know what I mean? We for real, we damn near cures everything. But they don't want you, you know, they trying to have a bunch of druggies out here, you know, and keep getting that money out of our pockets. Because you know, like I said about this government, I'm for the people. I'm not for the government, because the government is crooks. Anytime you set up a government where big companies can go in and pay money for the votes, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You know, Walmart can walk right in there and pay money for votes to change laws. The gun companies can do the same thing. Pharmaceutical companies is all over DC paying for votes right now. And, you know, the food companies that they know they're giving us bad food and putting shit in our food that affect not only us, but our kids and the way that we grow. And they can pay for votes to keep the laws so that they can keep on doing these crazy things to us. But yet and still they want you to run around and parade around with this flag and be stupid. The truth of the matter is the flag stand for the people, not the crooked ass government that's running this country. It's sad that we under these conditions, for real, because it's everything that they're supposed to do, they don't do. But then they try to tell us that we supposed to follow this shit. We got to start doing our own, you know what I mean? We got to start doing our own research and feed ourselves better and treat ourselves better. You know, they got us food. Herpes can't be cured. It's people that's done cured herpes. Cancer can't be cured. It's people who didn't cure cancer. AIDS the same way. Something that they won't tell y'all why they talking about, why even Magic Johnson with his phony ass is running around there talking about, oh, I took these pills and this is why I'm doing good. Magic Johnson was under the treatment of Dr. Sebi. Believe that. Magic Johnson was under the treatment of Dr. Sebi too. He won't acknowledge that. You know, trust and believe, when you start talking about when he's doing commercials for them pharmaceutical companies, Magic probably getting a check for that too. You don't do commercials for free. That man was under the treatment of the doctor who's on the record, the only doctor who's on the record for curing AIDS with natural medicine. But Magic Johnson will never mention Dr. Sebi. I got pictures of them two together when he was getting his treatment. But when Magic Johnson do commercials, he getting paid by big pharmaceutical. You know, who really cured you, Magic? I'm just being real. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. And it's the same way with our dogs. I tell y'all, I go back, you know, y'all know I get rolling. I talk for a minute, even though I said I was going straight into the gym. But even with our dogs, this is something to think about. 20 years ago, it wasn't no such thing as grain-free foods and all this other shit. And it wasn't no allergies in these dogs. These dogs didn't have allergies 20 years ago. We didn't have all these problems with the dogs. Dogs would eat weird foods. I hate to say weird foods, but foods that we consider lower grades, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, puppy chow and pedigree and all these things. And these dogs was just, the dogs in Westminster was eating pedigree and shit like that. Just basic dog foods, wheat grains and everything else. And it wasn't an epidemic of skin allergies and all these different things that we see, especially in the bully community right now. Soon as they start upping these foods and this food is $75 grain free and this, that, and the other, look what happened. Hey, good morning, Ghost Town. Look what happened. Y'all do the research. If any of y'all been around for even 15 years, you remember dogs didn't used to have all these allergies. Dogs was not having all these allergy problems. When the dog food market became a huge market, that's when the dogs start having all these problems, and they had a solution for every problem in these foods on the racks. Oh, this food has this in it, this food has that in it, this food has this. Dogs that was eating pedigree for years ain't had not one allergy, ain't had not one health issue. Ain't that about a bitch? They was eating pedigree. They was eating regular old ass Iams dog chow. Even some of them was eating dads. Some of them was eating Old Roy. And we ain't see nobody's hair falling out. We ain't see nobody with snot in their eyes. We ain't see no falling out. That was it. Yeah, with fleas and ticks. It was a son of a bitch back then. They got better flea and tick medication. But you know what I mean? The vaccines are full of shit. This is what I'm saying, man. I hate to be the conspiracy theorist, but I just use my common sense. They feed us stuff, even our dogs, to get us sick, then sell us the cure. That's what they do. That's what they do, man. It's the same reason why it's no sanctions being put on these animals being shot up with all this bullshit and being served to our kids. You know what I mean? You look at where the food come from for school lunches, it's a trifling situation. My babies can't even eat a school lunch. Don't even worry about it. Daddy will cook your food and put it in the bag for you because I'm not allowing these people to feed you this bullshit. That's just the truth. If my kids have to just go to school and they have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, natural peanut butter and jelly every day, that's what they have to do. I refuse to feed my kids that bullshit that they feed them kids at school, man. If y'all look into it, they poisoning our kids right off top. Them is the most steroided up animals, the most pesticide animals, vegetables, whatever, because they want a low price on it. And the FDA, you're right, the FDA ain't shit. That's just like they tell you, oh, your cholesterol levels. If you a man, be careful what they tell you about your cholesterol levels. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because the shit is a game. They will give you that damn, what is it, Lipitor? They will give you that Lipitor left and right, talking about your cholesterol, when you can easily change your cholesterol with your diet. But they will give you that Lipitor, but the thing about that Lipitor is it makes you damn near impotent. So guess what they do next? They give you Viagra. But if you look at the connection between Lipitor and Viagra, it's the same fucking company. That's right. They make you incapable of pleasing that woman so that they can sell you the pill to please that woman. You'll be on Lipitor for life. That's it. You'll be on, it poisons you. It shuts you down. You can change your diet and drop your cholesterol. You don't need that pill. They give you that. Next thing you know, you need Lipitor and Viagra for the rest of your life. That's the truth. You know? Yeah, I bagged my lunch. My grandma wouldn't let me eat no school lunches. She was like, baby, don't eat that. Grandma had me hooked up. I had all kind of stuff. You know, fresh chicken sandwiches. I go in there with my little baggies, people looking at me like I'm crazy. You know, but grandma wasn't on it because she didn't trust that food. You know, grandma took one visit to school one day, you know, when they had the parents come to school day, and she looked at she's like, that's not even meat. What is that? After that, grandma, every day I had a packed lunch. I was in high school, still taking lunches to school in high school. You know what I'm saying? Have my little snacks and be real, you know, and be real good, you know. Be real good. But man, I ain't gonna take up too much more of y'all time. We're gonna come back later and we're gonna talk about them poisoning these dogs and everything. Let's just get up on game, man. Let's make this community better. That's my only motive. You know, I thank y'all for real. I really do feel like it's a turning point for myself and the TBKC and everything. You know what I mean? Exactly, Aaron. You just gotta eat healthier. Man, you know what I mean? It's you know, we're going to do a lot of better things, man. It takes a bunch of good people. We can't worry about the idiots. They're going to be idiots. But we need to focus on making a strong community for not only the American bully, but the other breeds we deal with, and for the people, so we can get back to having a good time. And like I tell y'all, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I thank y'all for all the support that y'all done gave me over the years. And we at that point, man. We done made it to the top of the hill. And now it's time, you know what I mean? It's time to go ahead and enjoy this ride. Hey, God bless. I will talk to y'all later, man. Oh man, that pink slime. See, you get me going again. I ain't gonna fall into the trap because I get on that there, them pink slime burger. Yeah, the disgusting ass shit. That's formaldehyde coming out them burgers. All right. Hey, God bless y'all, man. Y'all have a beautiful hump day, man. If y'all on Instagram and y'all ain't followed my page, check out the Hall of Fame Nutrition page. It's just a lot of eye candy over there right now, but later on we'll be doing more things like this, health tips, small interviews on Instagram, and it's also actually a page on Facebook that I don't mess with a lot. But that's my real business, and we'll be taking off soon. I'm actually gonna be headed to the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. I got some interviews coming up. I got some friends that are bodybuilders, good ones too. I don't use their names because I don't like to use people for promotion. But you know, we gonna turn it up, man, and have some fun. But like I said, man, God bless y'all. We gonna talk about these sorry bastards who